Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Okay, that's all. Okay. Okay. Alright. I hope you guys can hear me. And I'd like to appreciate the person who's watching on live. I would assume if you're watching, you can go ahead and enter the chat room. Uh, I'm trying to see. Go ahead and enter, because I'm going to talk about this topic, and I think it needs to be okay. The guy's gone, but I think it needs to be addressed. It's very interesting the way I look at. You know, I would love to play summer games, but I don't think I'm all that trying to see that. So let's do like oh, they no training. That sucks. You know. That really sucks behind. That sucks buckers. Hold on. Let me clip this because I rock back and forth and I ain't gonna be saying much. I gotta stay still. But I think I got it. I don't know. Nah, screw it. But yeah. No, I wanted to do this title because I don't know. It felt right to me. Nope, I can't compete with none of y'all here. I'm doing Overwatch because, I figured I could, this is new here. But I've done Overwatch because I figured, this is the best way where I can play some games and talk. And I wouldn't necessarily 100% be distracted all that well. But, you know how it is. But yeah. So if you know about the title, I'm not going to get into any chases. My name is Jam Master, aka J Hamster. Some of y'all can call me J Hamster. Why I got that name, I don't know. Y'all keep messing up my name. So yeah, you can call me J Hamster if you want. It don't faze me. But, the main reason I called myself that is because... The main reason I call myself that is because, Jamil Master, huge fan of Master Shake. I run a YouTube stream, this is my first time doing the YouTube stream. But yeah, this is only me, this is my own company. One day, this will be like a big deal. But for now, this is me casually playing video games, saying what's going on to this guy and killing her. I have an Instagram page, Jam Master. I talk about a lot of hip hop. I talk about a lot of shows too, cartoons, TV shows. I've seen, you name it. I get into a lot of interesting stuff. I'm just trying to branch and have more fans. I have a Patreon account too, in case you want to support that. But for now, we're just keeping it low. Not doing too much. Okay. Now, what made me want to prompt this video, what made me want to do this video was primarily just because, I felt like I needed to do it. I felt like I needed to make something, to talk about it. Because when you think about the current state of, hip-hop, which, by the way, I do not have. I have no intentions of tearing apart current hip hop, past hip hop, new hip hop. You know, hip hop before its time, in the middle. You name it. You know, my job is not to say, oh, hip hop. I'm not one of those guys to say hip hop sucks or whatnot, because it could change, and we could be a real fan, or a lot of people could progress. So that's not me. That's not my style. I would never say something like that. You know, so when I say the current state of hip hop, I'm talking about like what's hot, what kind of music people like these days. You know, the whole 9 yards. Nothing too serious and nothing too like, you know, like so out there. Like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You know, but this is going to be a very long-winded video. So those who decide to tune in live, I'm glad you guys have. Those who haven't, you know, it's also good. That's a bummer. Looks like we playing. I'm gonna have some trash talking people, but you know, I'm not gonna care. But yeah, you know, those who are into the genre, or who are into hip hop, those know, you know, you have to understand something here. Like, people, you know, people were not a fan of the current. People's not a fan of the current climax of hip hop at the moment.
Yohan,
you know,
show me what you've been working on.
It's crazy, you know.
Enjoy the quiet while it lasts.
It's crazy how, you know, you look at what the state is, you look at what brought certain people to dance. What's going on, everyone out there? I'm playing this. Don't mind me, I'm just screaming. Yeah, you know.
Capture objective A.
No, but it is wild. It is wild when you see. It is wild because you wonder, like, what happened, right? People aren't a fan of the whole, you know. People aren't really fans of people who use who aren't traditionally lyrical. I would like to say. People call it mumble rap, people call it this. You know, it is what it is. You know. And I'm not here to necessarily talk about that part of the culture or the genre, but what I am here to talk about is, you know, like what hip hop was back then. And I can honestly tell you back then, like, I remember, you know, the transition to before in 2014, we were in a very weird transition. We were in a very weird transition before the current climate, I should say. We were in like a very weird transition. Like, if we started in, like, let's say 2007, you know, during that time, and I can honestly say back then I wasn't a fan, not because the artists necessarily, but the way the industry was pushing the artists. I just wasn't really too big on that. Oh, looks like we getting that point. That's awesome. But, you know,
the objective is mine.
I can honestly say I wasn't too big a fan during that time. You know, we had certain artists out there, you know what I mean? Other than Wayne and Kanye, I wasn't really too big on some of the artists. Rick Ross was okay on occasion, but I like my artists to rap, you know what I mean? I'm huge into that, you know? I felt like some artists were, but they weren't saying something that was interesting. So they all sounded the same, you know? I I was cool on the dancing with Soldier Boys and Cali Swag Districts and whatnot, but it got to a point where it was repetitive, and I felt like, you know, after, because I had just listened to Immortal Technique during this time, and I started getting to more diversity in hip hop, and I felt like we weren't getting into that. You know, looks like we're going to another attack point.
Freeze! Don't move! Roll into me!
But I felt like we weren't
Never
getting,
die.
I felt like we weren't, this is like, it was the same type of, you know, like you had the new paper, you know, Wayne wasn't really the most creative artist, but he definitely was definitely in his MC bag up until like 2012, where he started to get lazy. You know?
I will not waste this chance.
I mean, Ross was okay, but once the news of him as a CEO came out, it was like, ugh. You know, T.I. was also pretty prevalent in the game, but then he got in trouble on those weapons charges back in 2007. So the whole game was just crazy. I mean, once Eminem came back, I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. I want to get into it. I want to get into this game. You know, get into something. I wanted more diversity in hip hop, but I also wanted them to hit the charts. And I felt like some of the songs during that time, up until 2009, were really getting the attention they deserved, really. It wasn't until, I'd say, 2009, where the freshman XXL list hit. And that was where I was like, you know what, I'm actually into this now. This is actually pretty cool. I mean, I wasn't 100% sold, but we're around artists who are trying. I'm dead. But trying, you know. When I saw the cover, people like Corey Gunn, because he could rap and he had some very interesting things to say. You know, Kid Cudi was definitely someone that was different. I heard Day and Night, and I felt like, at first it was like, this is weird, it's different. Then I got used to it, and I was like, no, it's different, it's what I wanted, you know. And when people like Kid Cudi came into the fray, you know, Corey Gunn, Wale, like actual entertaining MCs, you know, even Asher Roth, who made I Love College, is different because now it's not the same, or at least there's more effort into the music that they're putting out. And that's what I enjoy the most. During that time, you just knew. I'm not gonna go run down it every year, but ever since that time, you saw more MCs every year starting to step it up. You know, J. Cole was getting into the attention. Kendrick was getting into the attention. You know, Drake was coming out of nowhere. You know, like, oh, this guy can rap, this guy got it. It just, you know, it was cool because not because, you know, see, why is everything changed ever since? Well, you know, because you would think, you know, with all the MCs that came out during this time, all the MCs that was hopping up on sound, coming up, even selling records and being on the Hot 100 charts, you know, yeah, Wale, Drake, all these people like becoming multi-platinum artists, you know. So now you have people actually being creative and